live from the Wisconsin State Capitol, where you can actually hear protests going on the other side of the building right now.
Individually, I guess it depends on where you'd be positioned. I think it's the fact that they're working so hard to disempower a new governor and a state attorney general. The people themselves, actually, they're not listening to the will of the vote. Clearly, if you look at the actual legislation, there was mention of the Solicitor General's office being basically totally eliminated. If I'm correct in that assessment, we're talking about a complete lack of oversight.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on when they bring in the state troopers. Miles, how you doing? Is this door open? It's going to be secured here.
Yes. So hi everyone, I'm Essie. I'm with the Madison GSA, Democratic Socialists of America. I don't have much experience talking to large crowds. I don't have much experience talking coherently about politics and policies, but I realized that people like me need to get good at it. Because if we don't, we are doomed. We're doomed to have forces like the GOP and Scott Walker steamroll over our liberties.
Yeah, so what we see today is truly an unprecedented power grab on the part of Republicans. We had an election a few weeks ago, and the people spoke, and they spoke for change. And they said they want a new administration, they want different policies, they want policies that put people ahead of politics, and instead, we're back here at the state capitol again doing the same thing we've seen Republicans do over the last 8 years, which is when they don't like the rules, they try to change the rules of the game. And they're again trying to rig the system, ignoring the will of the people, and it's disgusting, and it cuts at the core values of our democracy.
Okay, and real quickly, what is this about? They're trying to move power to a certain group of lawyers picked by Voss, was told?
So among the bills, and without getting too wonky or into the weeds about the bills themselves, as part of what they're proposing to do is to circumvent the Attorney General's office. And they would do that by allowing a group that's controlled by Republicans, a legislative group, to go out and hire attorneys in all sorts of different situations where ordinarily it would be the Attorney General's job to represent the Senate or the Assembly or the interests of the people of the state. And essentially what we're seeing here is that Voss and Fitzgerald want to govern the state. They want the job of the governor. And they're not accepting the fact that the people of the state elected a new governor and elected a new attorney general. And they're trying to undercut the authority of those who the people elected.
So a lot of different legislation going on here at the state capitol right now.
Upset in 2011. I didn't think I'd get more upset than that, but I think I am.
Signed any settlement deals lately?
Oh, fuck you.
Ooh, nice language. So he signed a backdoor deal with the state that got him a bunch of money and kind of circumvented freedom of speech in the process. He doesn't like talking about it. Well, at least it's nice.
Then look into their eyes and tell them how much you honor that light, how much you love them, and how you carry that light of love.
Senator Algarve Darling and these bills would alter and reduce the powers and responsibilities of the governor of the state of Wisconsin, the state attorney general, and other officers of the state who were recently elected in the November election. I am asking you to exercise the supreme quality of leadership for which your constituency elected to you and for which they depend upon you. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you vote against the bills that we discussed today.
Randy, why only 42%? Randy, why only 42%? It's virtually empty. There's maybe 4 or 5 dozen people upstairs actually in the Joint Finance Committee, in the overflow room, and the crowd outside of the Joint Finance Committee. And nobody in the rotunda. Nobody really on the Capitol Square. It's funny because it shows you, you know, how many people actually stay after the rally. You know, they had the rally, you rah rah, got their photo, got their Facebook post, and now they're gone. Everybody's gone. So how many people are actually in the Joint Finance Committee right now, or outside of it? Let's find out real quickly. Oh shit!
2010.
Well, make that 42%